Audrey Hepburn was born on May 4, 1929, in Brussels. Her full name was Audrey Kathleen Ruston, though she later became known as Audrey Hepburn. Her childhood initially seemed privileged. Her father, Joseph Victor Anthony Ruston, came from a wealthy background. Her mother, Ella van Heemstra, was a Dutch baroness. From the outside, life looked comfortable. But inside the family, problems were growing. Her parents' marriage became unstable. Tension increased. Then came heartbreak. When Audrey was still young, her father left the family. This deeply affected her. She loved her father and felt abandoned by his departure. The emotional wound stayed with her for years. Even as an adult, she spoke about the pain of losing him. Then the world changed completely. World War II began. Audrey and her mother moved to the Netherlands, believing it would be safer there. They hoped to avoid war. They were wrong. In 1940, Nazi Germany invaded the Netherlands. Life became terrifying. Food became scarce. Fear became constant. Violence surrounded everyday life. Audrey was still just a teenager. But childhood disappeared quickly during war. She saw soldiers, bombings, arrests, death. And then came hunger. Hunger would shape Audrey's life forever. During the terrible Dutch hunger winter of 1944–45, food almost disappeared. People became desperate. Families ate whatever they could find. Potatoes, flowers, even tulip bulbs. Audrey suffered severe malnutrition. She became weak, thin, exhausted. Her body suffered long-term damage from starvation. Some historians believe these wartime experiences affected her health for the rest of her life. But even in darkness, Audrey found purpose. She loved ballet. Dance gave her hope. It gave her escape. For a moment, music allowed her to forget war. She trained seriously as a ballerina. She dreamed of becoming a professional dancer. And during the war, she reportedly performed secret ballet recitals to raise money for the Dutch resistance. Imagine that. A young girl, surrounded by war, using dance to help others fight for freedom. That courage says everything about who Audrey was becoming. Kind, brave, quietly strong. When the war finally ended, Europe was devastated. But Audrey survived. And survival changed her forever. She understood suffering in a way many Hollywood stars never did. She knew hunger, fear, loss. That empathy would later define her life. But first, she needed to build a future. She still dreamed of performing, of dancing, of something bigger. No one knew that this fragile young woman from war-torn Europe would soon become one of the biggest stars on Earth. After surviving World War II, Audrey Hepburn wanted one thing more than anything else: a future. Not survival. Not fear. Not hunger. A future filled with beauty and purpose. Her biggest dream was ballet. Audrey loved dance deeply. To her, ballet was not just movement. It was discipline, grace, freedom. After the war, she trained seriously and hoped to become a professional ballerina. She worked hard. Very hard. Teachers quickly noticed something special about her. She had elegance, natural grace, extraordinary posture. When Audrey danced, she seemed almost weightless. But sometimes dreams change because reality is stronger. Despite her talent, Audrey faced painful truth. The years of starvation during the war had damaged her body. Malnutrition affected her strength and physical development. Professional ballet at the highest level required extreme physical power and endurance. Audrey's teachers were honest. She was talented, beautiful, graceful. But becoming a world-class prima ballerina would be extremely difficult. That realization hurt. A dream she had carried for years suddenly felt impossible. But Audrey did not give up on performing. She adapted. If ballet could not be her future, perhaps acting could. That decision changed history. Audrey moved to London with her mother. Life was not easy. Money remained tight. They needed income. Fast. Audrey took modeling jobs to help support them. And photographers immediately noticed her. She looked different from typical glamorous stars of that era. Hollywood in the late 1940s often celebrated dramatic beauty, curves, bold makeup, strong glamour. Audrey was different. Slim, delicate, elegant, natural. She brought something fresh, something modern. Her face felt expressive and emotional. Her eyes were unforgettable. They carried softness, intelligence, and vulnerability all at once. People noticed. Quickly. Modeling opened a door Audrey never expected. Small acting opportunities began appearing. At first, they were minor roles. Very small. Sometimes just a few lines. Sometimes background appearances. Nothing glamorous. But Audrey treated every opportunity seriously. She learned, observed, improved. She worked hard to become a better actress. Her charm became impossible to ignore. She had something rare that cannot be taught: screen presence. Even in small roles, audiences noticed her. She did not need loud performances. Her quiet emotion was powerful enough. Then came the breakthrough. Not in Hollywood. On stage. In 1951, French novelist Colette reportedly saw Audrey and immediately knew something. She had found the perfect actress for Gigi. Soon Audrey starred in the Broadway production of Gigi in New York City. The performance changed everything. Critics loved her. Audiences loved her. She radiated charm, innocence, and intelligence. Hollywood finally paid attention. Major studios began calling. Then came the film that changed her life forever. Roman Holiday. Audrey was cast opposite Gregory Peck, one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Many expected the film to showcase Gregory Peck. Instead, something unexpected happened. Audrey stole the movie. Completely. She played a princess longing for freedom. The role felt almost magical for her. She brought warmth, humor, vulnerability, charm. Audiences fell in love instantly. So did critics. The industry suddenly realized a new star had arrived. And she was unlike anyone else. Then history happened. For her performance in Roman Holiday, Audrey won the Academy Awards for Best Actress. She was only in her 20s. Overnight, Audrey Hepburn became a global sensation. The girl who once suffered starvation in wartime Europe was now one of the brightest stars in Hollywood. And this was only the beginning. Soon, Audrey would become more than an actress. She would become a global icon of style, elegance, and grace. After winning the Academy Awards for Roman Holiday, everything changed for Audrey Hepburn. She was no longer an emerging actress. She was a star. And not just any star. Hollywood had found someone truly rare. Audrey brought something audiences had never seen before. She was glamorous, but never artificial. Elegant, but approachable. Beautiful, but humble. People did not admire only her face. They loved her energy. She felt warm, real, gentle. The camera adored her. But more importantly, people trusted her. That made her extraordinary. Then came film after film that turned Audrey into a legend. Hollywood wanted more. Audiences wanted more. And Audrey delivered. She starred in Sabrina alongside Humphrey Bogart and William Holden. The film strengthened her reputation as one of the most charming actresses of her generation. Then came Funny Face with Fred Astaire. The movie combined two worlds Audrey loved, fashion and dance. It felt perfect for her. Then another masterpiece arrived. Breakfast at Tiffany's. This film changed pop culture forever. Audrey played Holly Golightly, a stylish and mysterious young woman in New York City. The performance became iconic. The black dress. The pearls. The sunglasses. The elegance. That image became immortal. Even people who never watched the movie recognize it. It became one of the most famous looks in film history. And Audrey became a global fashion symbol. She didn't just influence movies, she changed fashion forever. Audrey helped redefine female beauty in the 1950s and 1960s. Before Audrey, Hollywood often celebrated dramatic curves and bold glamour. Stars like Marilyn Monroe represented that ideal. Audrey changed the standard. She made slim elegance fashionable. Minimalism, grace, clean lines, simple beauty. One person played a major role in this transformation, Hubert de Givenchy. The legendary French designer and Audrey formed one of fashion history's most famous partnerships. They understood each other instantly. Givenchy designed many of Audrey's most iconic outfits. Together, they created timeless elegance. Audrey became the face of sophisticated style. Women around the world copied her hair, clothes, and makeup. Fashion magazines adored her. Designers admired her. She became more than a movie star. She became a global icon. But while the world saw perfection, Audrey's private life was more complicated. Fame does not protect anyone from heartbreak. Audrey experienced love, but also disappointment. In 1954, she married Mel Ferrer. At first, they appeared happy. Hollywood loved them as a glamorous couple. But marriage brought challenges. Audrey deeply wanted children and family life. This mattered enormously to her. She had experienced instability in childhood. War, loss, abandonment. She longed for peace and home. But her personal life brought pain too. She suffered multiple miscarriages. These losses affected her deeply. The emotional pain was immense. Behind the elegant smile, there was real suffering. Eventually, Audrey became a mother and gave birth to her son, Sean Hepburn Ferrer. Motherhood changed her priorities. Family became more important than fame. Still, her career remained extraordinary. Another iconic film followed, My Fair Lady. The movie became one of the biggest productions of its era. Audrey played Eliza Doolittle, and once again audiences were captivated. Her fame reached incredible heights. By the mid-1960s, Audrey Hepburn was not simply famous. She was adored worldwide. Europe loved her. America loved her. Asia loved her. Everyone seemed to love Audrey. And perhaps that is why her story feels so unique. Many stars are admired. Some are envied. Some are feared. Audrey was loved. Genuinely loved. Because people sensed something authentic in her. Kindness cannot be faked forever. And Audrey's kindness felt real. But as the years passed, something inside her began changing. The glamour of Hollywood no longer mattered as much. Awards mattered less. Red carpets mattered less. She started asking a bigger question: what truly matters in life? And soon, Audrey would begin the most meaningful chapter of her life. Not as an actress, but as a humanitarian.